So guys, this is Damon Johnson from Whiskey Falls, and Alice Cooper, SIT, has ruled my world for about 20 years now, and I love them. They take good care of me, they'll take good care of you. My dad's a pretty good guitar player, and there was always one laying around. I used to watch him and his buddies get together on the weekends, and they'd play stuff like Glenn Campbell, Merle Haggard. They'd try to play some Chet Atkins stuff, but it was all very cool. My mom is an amazing singer. She sang in church her whole life and still sings. And plus, you know, we just played the radio a lot. Had a turntable and everything you can imagine, man. The Beatles to Sinatra to Johnny Cash and Hank Williams. So it was I was very fortunate. It's just been guitar in my life from my first memory. You know, I just know that it was something that it just had a cool factor to it. You know, my dad, his brother played. My granddad played, actually. Did a couple stints on the Louisiana hayride back in the 30s, which is a big deal. And it kind of came to me sort of easy, man. You know, having a lot of good help with my family, teaching me to kind of get around that initial, the physical learning curve, you know, getting the calluses and stuff. And once I got past that, I was kind of off and running. So, but I can't remember life without guitar. As far as starting out, I guess like anybody else that was growing up in high school in the you know, the early '80s, especially the guys in Leonard Skinner. You know, I've lived in Alabama my whole life. Southern rock, you know, the Allman Brothers, Duane Allman, Rosington, Alan Collins, Ed King, been a big influence. I was really into Thin Lizzy, even to this day. Thin Lizzy's probably my biggest musical influence, not just Gorham and Robertson and Gary Moore as players, but definitely Phil Lynott as a songwriter. He's had a big impact. I'm a big fan of Beck. You know, I think Kings of Leon is awesome. So, you know, if you love music, it shouldn't be too hard to look around and find something that inspires you. The very first band was called Renegade, and it was absolutely named after that Styx song. And I got to tell Tommy Shaw and J.Y. that story, which was pretty awesome. But yeah, Renegade, we were amazing. I really love them both, and I think anybody that's a player and a writer would probably say the same. I mean, I certainly know guys that would rather just, you know, create and record, but I've always loved being in front of an audience, man. I mean, that's certainly what, you know, playing with Alice Cooper has really, it's been an amazing experience, you know. Play sold out shows all the time, big festivals, and it's definitely those childhood rock and roll dreams come true. But in recent years, man, I've done a lot of work in the studio. Working on my own stuff, recording with Whiskey Falls especially, man, has been great to spend more time in Nashville. And it's such an honor, man, to be in the same room with some of these five-star cats, man, that have played on literally thousands of recordings. So for them to, you know, say nice things about my playing and on my tone is, I buzz on that as much as anything. That's a challenge, you know, and certainly for anybody that's successful, anybody that's kind of mid-level success. I've kind of found, man, if you'll just kind of let the music guide you, you know, put your focus on the writing and the recording and the creating, most of the time that business stuff will take care of itself. Everybody's talking doom and gloom about, you know, the state of the music business right now. And again, I just think all that stuff works itself out. I wouldn't get too caught up in that. For me, in my opinion, it's better now than ever before. If you're the real thing and you can sing or you can play or you can write, it's a better opportunity for you now than ever before, because it's less and less image driven, which is fine with me. You know, man, I got great advice early, and I've always tried to pass it on, and that's to just be diverse, man. Play all kinds of styles. You know, it's all good to be totally into rock, because I certainly was starting out, but, you know, I was listening to jazz and the country and the bebop, big band, television. You know, man, there's great guitar stuff everywhere. And I've just found that it made me a better rock guitarist, you know, by kind of having these other things to dip in. So, I absolutely practice, man. I mean, nobody ever had to tell me to practice. I did it because I loved it. And it's not too hard to look around and find some other guys close to you that are excited about it. And you kind of push each other. It's sort of like a healthy competition. You know, who can learn a certain lick first, and you teach it to each other. But, you know, man, if you can grow up and get a job doing something you love, like I am, to me, that's the dream come true. That's success. So, you know, good luck to all you youngsters out there. You know, man, when I first came to SIT, it was in the early 90s. I had just started Brother Kane, and just a random person came up to me and said that they had, you know, they worked with SIT, and I had been playing SIT from the music store down in Birmingham, where I bought all my stuff all the time. So I was excited to meet Tim Fouts, and man, SIT just, to me, they make the best stuff, man. They've been certainly overly accommodating for a guy like myself that does it professionally. Get me anything I need, and you know, if you're like I am, sometimes you put different gauges, and it's just nice to have that support, man. They answer any questions. Stuff doesn't go out of tune. You know, if your guitar is set up right, as you know, as it should be. You know, the slogan is true. They stay in tune, and you know, again, man, for me, it's just been about the support they've given me all this time. And I'm really grateful for that. It's the best string in the business, period. Forever, I have played, I guess what some people call the thick thin, or the light top, heavy bottom, which is the 10 through 52. But recently, man, I've been actually making sort of a hybrid of that. Sometimes I'll take the 10 off and take it up to an 11. Generally for recording, you know, the heavier the strings, I think you get a better tone out of the amp, particularly if you're going for a cleaner sound. And sometimes I'll even go up to the 18 from the 17. But, you know, love those. And I'm really a big fan of these Royal Bronze acoustic strings, because I've done more acoustic stuff in the last 5 years than ever before. I love doing like solo acoustic gigs and things like that, and of course a lot of recording. Strings really last a long time, and you know, they got a lot of resilience to them, and particularly the fatter strings on the bottom. You know, most of us rock guys, when we're hacking on the acoustic, you know, we don't go on those fat strings a lot. I'm just a big fan of them. My ultimate goal as a musician is to be successful enough that I can play golf every day like Alice Cooper. There's some truth to that. No, man, you know what? I just want to keep doing this. You know, I got a big family. I got a house full of kids, and I'm just so grateful that I've been able to raise them and send them to school and support my family by, you know, playing music, doing something I love. So I certainly want to keep doing that. Always grateful to write songs that other people like to record, and continue that for sure. But I'm doing this for life, man. I'm not doing it because I want to, because I have to, man. It's in my blood. I got to get it out.